It's compelling, it's cutthroat, it's chaotic, it's clever, it's controversy and chaos, baby.
We here.
And we back.
Yes, we are back. Welcome to episode 26.
Mm-hmm.
26 is a lot of episodes.
Yeah, I got the notification. It was like, congratulations on posting your 25th episode. I'm like,
We did that. We are back. Last week, we didn't really have like a major topic or anything. It was just our recap of the concerts and everything. And by the time this comes out, I'm going to see Chris Brown. And I am so excited, except I don't have nothing to wear.
you don't have anything to wear?
Okay, so I have a concept in mind.
Okay, what's the concept?
So I have these like Bermuda shorts kind of thing. I love that Bermuda shorts are coming back.
Me too.
But I have like a baggier pair, and I have these snake print boots that I want to wear.
Okay.
And I just need a top.
Wait, you about to wear boots in this DMV heat? Well, you came from Atlanta, but still, you.
Yeah, that's the only thing that I was just like, oh, I don't necessarily know. Do I want to wear the boots? Or should I wear a different shoe? I have sneakers as like my alternative. So just in case, whatever I do find for like top, I need it to all look good with sneakers and or the boots. It just depends on the weather, because if it's like a random like cold day, you know how I do here. It'll rain and like, damn, now it's kind of cold. Then I can wear the boots. And it's also at night. So
True. Okay, you can do the boot at night.
It don't really matter. So I'm gonna try and figure it out.
You can do a boot at night, I think.
See, I figured like, okay, because if I could wear boots in Vegas,
when did you wear boots in Vegas?
Well, did I wear boots? I think I planned to wear boots, and then I changed my idea, and I still wore pants at night when I went to see Mariah Carey. I wore pants, so it was still fine. But I'd be like front door service. I'm not taking a train or nothing, so and like I'm doing any kind of crazy,
True,
whatever. Anyhow, but do you like your coffee?
It is so good. I need to take a picture of this because I'll be so basic when I go get my coffee. I get the same thing every time. I'll be scared to try new things until you do it for me. And then
you're like, this is so good. The caramel craze latte at Dunkin' Donuts is fire. It is so good. Sometimes they do be going a little heavy handed with the milk side, but they don't give me an extra shot in there to kind of counterbalance.
And it's not too sweet either.
Yes, it is so good. In my mind, one day we are going to be sponsored by Dunkin' Donuts.
Maybe we should at this point.
Because I have been a Dunkin' junkie all my life.
Yeah. No, not all my life. I feel like when I first was literally the first sip of coffee I ever had was in 7th grade. My 7th grade language arts teacher brought me Starbucks, and it changed my life forever. And my dad was already a Starbucks junkie, so like every time people go, I'm like, oh, can I get a strawberry and cream frappuccino?
Oh yeah, you was in there getting the fake stuff.
I was getting fake stuff, but then I had that coffee. I said, oh, this is drugs. I love it. So then I didn't switch over to Dunkin' until high school because I was broke. And I was like, no, I can't keep spending all this money on Starbucks. I can only get Starbucks when my parents are here because it's too much money for me.
Yes.
And Ida and I, we always, it was like my middle school to like, childhood friend, we would always get them Dunkin' coupons before there was coupons, the coupons in the mail.
Yes,
that you win.
The whole paper, and you be cutting them.
Yeah. So Dunkin', we not new to this, we true to this. We deserve some type of sponsorship.
Yeah.
I even dressed my baby in a Dunkin' outfit when she was 3 months old. We had a mommy and me outfit. I got it literally, what was it? Carter's dropped it.
Yes, and I couldn't get it. I couldn't get a shirt.
Oh yeah.
I tried and I could not get a shirt in my size.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, I feel like Dunkin' is just so good. Like at one point I had Dunkin' Donuts every single day. I used to walk across the street from work, rain, snow, sleet. It don't matter what the temperature is. I'm going to get me a fucking iced coffee. And this was back when it was like $2 for a large.
And I never drank a whole large.
No, but for $2, or they would do like, oh, it's 99 cents. Give me that for 99 cents. Get a large. Give me, and I would be like, why do you get this large every time? You just need a medium. But no, I'm going to get the large because why not? I've been on it And then when they started doing like lattes and stuff, that really means we old. Because I remember when they switched from just hot or cold coffee to lattes. And then they started redesigning all the stores to be like fancy.
Yeah. Very modern.
Yes. But one day we're going to be sponsored by Dunkin. Yeah.
Ooh, Dunkin. I wonder if they ever had a beauty like collab.
Yes. Was it Elf? It was with some brand. Maybe it was Elf or Wet n Wild. They had like a little collab. But it wasn't sold in store, so you had to order it from their website, which was annoying. If you've ever ordered anything directly from Elf, you ain't never getting it. I had a package that was missing for a month. And I messaged them like, hello, where is my package? Like, I ordered this in April and it was damn near June at this point. I'm like, y'all gonna have to send me something. So they finally sent it. But I'm just like
what happened?
What's going on here? Y'all don't see like, hey, you have an order unfulfilled for a month? But whatever. But yeah. Oh, I do have to ask you. How do you feel about kids' parties being club themed?
I feel like, okay, I cannot be hypocritical because my 14th birthday bash was at a club and it was club themed. We had the backdrops, okay, the photo booth backdrops. We had the DJ in the booth. It was literally in a club. What else did we have? We had all the club things like VIP section areas. We had, I was so happy that I had a fondue machine because of my super sweet 16. And I convinced my mom that, like, why wait till 16? I'm 14. I deserve it now. And it worked. So I'm not against it within reason. Now, if the kid is 8 years old, 9 years old, no. But a preteen/teen, they have teen nightclubs. Well, they used to back in the day.
Do they still?
I don't think they do, but I remember back in the day, like armory parties or like teen nights at certain places, the skating rinks, stuff like that. So it's like, I don't think it's weird. I think it's just make it age appropriate. But I feel that way about everything, even when it comes to like teenagers or preteens, kids dating, age appropriate. Let these people live their lives because once they go to college and they never did nothing, seen nothing, and been nowhere, that's when they're gonna lose their shit, and then you as a parent gonna be.
I be feeling like certain things just. I be like, is the kid asking for this, or did the parent decide this is the theme that we're gonna have?
Right.
And I just like, if your kid did not ask for this, and even certain things, it's just like, why we gotta emulate like bottle service for kid parties? It's just like sometimes I feel like it's like making them grow up way too fast. It's like everything is gonna be like old when it's actually the age time for them to be doing it.
Right, and that's why I say within reason for their age.
I just be like, y'all don't want no like fruit punch or nothing.
Yeah, no, I'm not doing
like I just be so confused, and I'm like, we could, and even certain things, it just be like, we're not throwing money in regular clubs. You throwing money in strip clubs. So why are you emulating that for your child's
child birthday party?
Like this is child's birthday party, even certain birthday themes. I just be like, ain't no kid asked for this.
Unless you're Nigerian, nobody should be throwing no money at a kid's or anyone's birthday parties or function, or some type of West African, because they do that, which is fine because I'm gonna pick the dollars up every time. But to emulate like you're at the strip club, no. And even like when I said like I had sections and stuff, it was only like a couple sections. Back in our day, even if you were in a section, I made a TikTok about this. Like when I was in high school, college, to the club, mind your business. Don't worry about the age. But when I was doing that, there were sections, okay? But nobody was really in the sections the whole night. You kind of just like put your stuff in the section. And if you were in the section, you were dancing, having a good time, parlaying, talk to a boy or girl, whatever the case may be. You weren't in the section just sitting there looking at the peasants at the bottom. No, that's what the section was for.
Yeah.
So for me, it's like, okay, when I had my 14th birthday party at the club, we had sections. It was so people could put their shoes and their stuff, If you need to sit down, it was hot in there. Go sit down in the section. You know what I mean? There was no bottle service. Okay, we wasn't doing that.
Yeah, like you don't take your ass over there and get some lemonade,
Lemonade.
and call it a day. Get you a nice Coke, Sprite. Like we're not emulating certain things. It's just you too young.
That's even like the party bus thing. Like remember?
Yeah, I just why am I putting my child on a party bus? No, if it was one of those like video game party buses, then okay. I understand that.
Or spa party bus for the
Yes. But even like that, it's like spa parties. It's one of those themes for kids like that are common, especially for little girls. But you do it within reason. You wouldn't be having your kids getting massages.
No.
You'd be like, no, that's inappropriate.
Yeah.
Same thing. Like, okay, getting your little nails done, getting your feet done, and putting it in a little bucket of water. You're not really doing nothing.
No.
But there we go. You want to have a little cucumber on your eyes? Cool. Within reason. Like, just like kids be kids, because they don't really fucking care about all this other shit that adults be imposing on them. I'd be so lost. But yeah.
But even if my like 8 or 9-year-old or even a 10, 11, 12 asks me for like a club type of party, the answer is going to be no. Now, if they're like 14, 15, okay, we can do an age appropriate, that type of party.
Yeah.
But also, y'all not about to be throwing ass on and twerking on boys. You ain't going to be doing that.
No. What?
Because I wasn't doing that. We was dance battling each other. You know what I'm saying? We had people getting on stage, doing a little dance competition, but we wasn't throwing ass on the boys and this, that, and the third, holding up the wall. We wasn't doing that. Not at 14, in the presence of adults specifically.
Don't do that.
Yeah.
That'd be a surefire way. Like, this shit is over.
You ain't never had your ass beat before?
You gonna get it today. Everybody get the fuck out. Immediately. Y'all gotta go.
You gotta go.
But yeah.
Before we move on, I just feel like I'm so proud of myself because I've been wearing the whole braids thing. I've been doing the whole braids thing because I was so tempted to go back to the wig life, but I said, you know what? Your lifestyle, it's so much easier when you just wake up and go. But I didn't want to do the cornrows with the knotless. I don't know how y'all do knotless. They do not last in my hair. I don't know if my hair just grows super fast.
They just it's not made. It's not a style that's made to last. Like knotless. It's gonna look good for like 2.5, 3 weeks, maybe.
Yeah.
After that, once the hair start growing out or all of the gel starts to basically get absorbed and it's gone, it just be like you just pull it like, what is this? I'm ready to just take it out. And sometimes it'd be like, whoever you're making an appointment, like, oh, we can do the first 3 rows. No, girl, do all of them. Like, just start over. I'm not taking the first 3 rows out to be like, oh, let me wash it. How even am I washing that?
Oh, well, that's easy. You gotta do it in the kitchen sink.
Now the rest of my hair is all wet, but whatever. Now I gotta get it redone because it just looks bad. I can't.
Yeah,
it don't last long enough for the price of braids. It don't last long. If we were back into like 150, 180 days, all right, cool. I might be able to give it to you. But when it's 200, 300 for braids,
no, I can't.
No, I need all my dollars, every penny's worth. I had to sit here for 8 to 10 hours to get my hair done, and it's only gonna last me 3 weeks. Nah. And I paid you $300. No,
and I left you a tip. But especially when you have like the last hairstyle I had, when I had the boho hair in it, I was like, nah. It looks so cute the first 2 weeks, like you said, but yeah. But then I got these little spring twists, and I feel like I like them too, surprisingly. I was never going to get spring twists because this is a hairstyle I feel like my mom used to wear when she was this age, when she was 30. When she would get braids, she would get like this, like twist. You know what I'm saying?
And it'd be quick and be like,
yeah,
let's get to it.
Like yesterday, my dad told me, he was like, you look like your mom. It's like, oh, is that a diss?
Like, I don't know how to feel.
Like, okay, it's age appropriate. I'm giving fresh. I'm giving youthful, but still like grown and mom like. Or I can just like style it and do other things. So yeah, but I'm happy with my decision.
It looks good.
Yeah,
It looks good.
And I'm happy at the length too, because normally I could be getting long braids. But I was like, you know what? 16 inches. Let's not even play around. It's too hot.
Yeah. Like I'd be wanting to just like, oh, well, just stop where my hair stops. And then it'd be like, but your hair is too long for that. We have to add some extra hair. And I just feel like, but
Speaking
I don't
of,
want it this long. I just want it like
literally, the lady who braided my
right
hair,
here.
the lady who braided my hair, she was like, we're gonna need to use 3 packs. So, I'm like, okay, I don't care, like whatever. I get there, she did my hair, she was like, you only use 2 packs because your hair, this is like close to the length of your hair. I'm like, my hair's not that long. She's like, I think you have like some type of hair, I don't know, your hair's not short. And I'm like,
it's not.
My hair's not, I don't feel like my hair is this long. It's probably like right there. Maybe. So I guess it's not that bad. But she only used 2 packs. I'm like, my big ass head, you only use 2 packs? Oh my god, that's crazy.
Listen. The struggle of being a woman is always like, on to the next hairstyle.
Yeah.
Or hairstyle confusion. Like, I want a wig, but I also want braids, but I also want a silk press. And then I also want layers. And I might just want bangs by the time they cool down. So I don't know. I'm in that stage of.
That's why we wear wigs, because even if you wanted to, you can have a braided wig. The braided wigs these days have been looking good.
I've seen some. I don't know if I could just be like, yeah, let me put on a braided wig. I don't know. It would have I would have to see one in person, because how sometimes you see stuff online and be like, okay, they kind of finesse that a little bit. The knots aren't horrible, but it's like, well, how do you bleach the knots on the ones where it's like, oh girl,
yeah, that's true,
looking like Barbie hair? That is not what you want.
That's true.
So that'd be the very like tricky part. Like, how do you bleach the knots on this and not ruin
but the rest of it? A braided wig, you would have to spend a coin on it. You can't just go buy.
You can't get a cheap one.
Yeah, no.
Yeah.
Speaking of hair, I really love your hair color. It's giving like.
Yeah.
I feel like you look like somebody. I don't know who.
Somebody.
You look like somebody. I don't know.
Listen, I'll take it. Yeah.
I like the color.
Yeah. Listen, the wigs have been doing me justice. It took me a second to get used to from like the black curly hair to this, which I actually did really like. But curly hair just get way too tangled for me. No matter what. I don't care how much money you spent on the hair. It's curly. It does like regular curly hair does. Like if I just wear my natural hair curly, girl, if I don't put some kind of product, twist it up every single day, that it's gonna be tangled as hell. That nape right there.
Why the nape always so nappy? Even with straight hair, why the nape get so nappy?
I don't. Maybe because it rubs.
The back of my neck is smooth. So what's it rubbing against?
Maybe I don't fucking know. But yeah, so this is my new wig for the next couple weeks. I get tired of it, and then who knows what we'll be doing next. But the girls that we love are coming out and just like sharing their stories about plastic surgery, and I feel like a lot of the underlying, or a lot of them are just coming out saying that they regret it. They regret the age that they did it, why they actually ended up doing it. And I just feel like, to a certain extent, I feel like, kind of like, y'all be the same people perpetuating what regular people are doing right now, and the influence is coming from them. Like, you can take it back to Kylie Jenner. Even the whole lip kit thing became from over full lips. Then it was just like, I had this crazy filler, and then just the Kardashians as an overall. Then the ushering in the BBL era, and then it's like, oh yeah, we started all of this. None of y'all really needed it, but we kind of influenced you to make you feel like, no, some people are shaped like cereal box. So I can understand. It's no amount of working out. I don't care what you do. You can't change your physical shape. If you just straight up and down, babe, you're gonna be straight up and down.
That's it. That's all.
That's it. That's all. So if you want a little curvature, some things can be, you can work out and get that. And some people, it's still giving SpongeBob. And I'll be feeling so like, oh, for those people.
Yeah.
But I don't necessarily feel like it should be, oh, I'm gonna get surgery just because the next bitch or all of the bitches I see they all got pretty much the exact same body.
But that's the beauty standard, though. Like, we're going to circle back to the whole body image BBL thing. But think about it. In like 2014, when you and I was doing super beat faces, eyeshadow, this and the third, girls was not doing all that. And it was definitely like, who do these bitches think they are type of vibe. And then 2016 makeup era hit, all of a sudden everybody
could do makeup. And I was like, oh.
So it's kind of one of those things where it's like, when people are influenced by things, whether it's famous people, whether it's all right, they went to college and now they see girls like us who do their makeup and do this, do that. Now they want to do it, whatever. People are going to emulate those things because they see that those are the things that are getting attention, I guess, maybe. And I think young women, not even young women in general, I don't care what nobody says. We all do things, yes, because we like it, but also because of the validation we get from whether it's our friends or whether it's men or whoever. So it's like, yeah, I like to wear certain things, but of course, when I get compliments from my friends or my husband, it makes me feel like, oh, I should do this more often. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it's kind of hard because I don't really want to say like social media, because even think about in the 90s, like, what was you 15 years old for having a short haircut because you want to be progressive? Girl, shut the fuck up. That is a mom cut. Like, why are you doing that? I think in general, we as women, since the dawn before time, we're always going to do that. But I think as time has progressed, the things that are trendy have just gotten worse. So whatever the beauty standard is at the time is going to be what people emulate. I think we have to figure out how to kind of even the playing field, because the BBL culture has hit its heights, but people are always going to want a fat ass. Maybe not an ant body, but they going to want the BBL.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, I get what you're saying, because even in the 90s, like being extremely skinny, it's like sickly thin was a 90s thing. The thinnest eyebrows imaginable, like damn near no eyebrow at all. That tail end of the 90s, early 2000s, it was like, where's the brow, honey? Where is the brow? And I think that was just like a trend that was started. It picked up, and then when everybody eyebrows wasn't growing back no more, it was like, oh, actually, now we want to have thicker brows. And it's like, now
we can drawing them in and filling them in.
Yes, because we don't have no hair. I think the issue is, I think when it comes to like celebrity culture and how things kind of start at the top and trickle down, is the amount of access. BBLs aren't new, right? You just couldn't afford them. Even like when I was a kid, why was I watching this? Probably like early teens, like Beverly Hills Plastic Surgeon on E.
Was it 90210, whatever?
Yes, that's what it was. I used to like love it, but even when those women were going in consultations, I never felt like it was something that I wanted to do, because those women never looked like me. So it's like they were just like bleach blonde white women that wanted really big boobs. At that point in time, it was just like titty culture. It's like,
we already had the titties.
Yeah, so it's just like everybody was super bleach blonde hair. They want to be tan and want Pamela Anderson big ass boobs. So it's just like, I would watch the show, and even when they were giving the prices, like $20,000.
Yeah, they were spending racks on them racks.
I'm like, $20,000 is how much this costs. So for me, my regular life, I'm like, I ain't got $20,000. So it's just like, it seems like it's something so far out of reach that why am I even like tripping about that? Then I feel like as things become more popular, you tend to like things become more accessible. So then even kind of how it is, like even with like BBLs now, when people come out and be like, oh, it only cost me $6,000.
That is insane.
Then it's like, oh, actually, I can afford this. You have the Dr. Miami. So it's just like when he was heavy on Snapchat, doing all of the videos and stuff like that, it was one of those things just like, okay, it makes it more accessible. Yeah, the whole like mommy makeover packages overall be you could probably spend 20 grand doing that, but you're
Mm-hmm.
getting like 4 different procedures all in one appointment. So it's like, okay, cool, fine. But I think really knowing how much it costs really kind of just ran it up for every run of the mill person. It's like, but like you said, I think the validations, and I feel like the Kardashians kind of made that worse because their show was so popular and it was so big, and it was just like these regular white girls from California.
Mm-hmm.
Even though it's just like, it's no way. Genetically, it's no way. Look at Chris. Shit, Chris ain't got no ass. And you think magically y'all just,
Yeah, I mean,
like,
look
you know
at
that
Courtney. Kendall.
yeah, it's just like one sister does not get nothing and
Mhm.
everybody else look like this. Like it's just like it don't be
Okay, think
it
about
don't
Kim.
really giving it.
Think about Kim back in like 06. You think she had a BBL back then?
She has something, yeah.
She might have had something, but I feel
Maybe
like
not necessarily at that point in time like BBL. I don't think at that point she had touched her face or done anything like boob wise. I feel like that was all her.
but even think about how like her stomach, okay, no shade, no tea, but like white girls or whatever they are, army, whatever, women who are not black, okay, when they have a certain shape, they tend to have those thick love handles. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And if you remember Kim Kardashian back then, yeah, she had a small waist, but she had them thick love handles. That's why I used to always think like maybe she didn't do anything back then because the hip to thigh and love handle ratio was getting real. So unless her closet styling money from Brandy, was coming in hot, I don't know how she like what sorcery, what witchcraft is it? I feel like her body was real back then because she was thick in the sense of like this is not slim thick. No, you're just thick. If anything, maybe she has some lipo in her upper belly to make it look smaller, but like the rest of it, like think about what she used to look like in that time period. Her bottom half was thick, like
Yeah, maybe. But I just feel like it makes it even. I think it kind of just like, of course, like because we saw their come up. Really, like I remember the first episode to be like what 20 years later now, which is seems crazy. To be all these years later removed from it, it's still just like you could kind of see the drastic change even as their popularity grew, their fan base grew, and I feel like the thing about them is their fan base is multiracial. Probably like black women, like them Hispanic women, like them white women, like the so it's just like they have so many different like groups of people all within their fan base. And that's why I say like specifically then because we watched them on TV, you could literally see the progression. I can see when it's just like, y'all was wrinkled and now you're not.
and that's
Or
not just
your face looks your cheeks are feeling like that's not you don't just like wash your face and have a good skincare routine and all of a sudden your cheeks apples of your cheeks went from down here to up here. Like that's not real. And I feel like the issue with it is
honest.
Is not being honest about it. Because then you have people who are literally taking their pictures to their search and oh, I want to look like this. And it's just like they don't actually look like this.
Yeah. And that's why I do respect people like Aaliyah J. Like the black influencers, they tell us what they do, whether people choose to believe them or not. Like, for example, people telling Aaliyah J she got fillers in her face. She got lip filler. But if you look at her picture, she always had that big round face. So it's like she's 30 now. She gained a little bit of weight. You know what I mean? Like certain things like that. I feel like the black community just chooses to. And I don't know if it's because stereotypically black women are shaped like that. Not all of us, but a lot of black women or ethnic women are shaped like that. So they're a little bit more critical or harsh. When a white girl gets a BBL, I don't listen. I'm not in the white community, but I be seeing the comments. They don't be getting bashed. Okay, they don't.
Yeah.
But us, for some reason, We do. And I don't know. Could it be because of a lot of Black people are religious and it's like your body is a temple, don't change what God has made? I don't why.
I don't even feel like it's that. I just feel like we are held to such a different standard than everyone else. I think realistically, it kind of, I think it's one of those things that, regardless of what anyone says, Black women are the standard of beauty.
Yeah.
Like, you're not putting shit in your ass to emulate being white. You're not getting lip filler because your thin lips are like what you're trying to achieve. You're trying to achieve something that an entire pretty much group of people naturally have. So I don't care what nobody says. Black women are the standard of beauty.
Mm-hmm.
So I think that when it's like, okay, y'all are joining the trend, it's like, why? When everybody is trying to look like you, what are you trying to look like? So then it's like one of those things, it looks excessive. I would say like being younger, like I feel like I was really like when I look back at old pictures, I'm like, damn, I was skinny as hell.
Mm-hmm.
And then it was just like, it was something about turning 23. Then I started picking up weight.
Mm-hmm.
And it was like, oh, okay. So the places where I thought I was super skinny naturally just changed over time. So I couldn't imagine like looking back on it and be like, oh, I'm 23, I'm 21 years old, and I'm going to get surgery. Because it was like, if I just waited a couple of years, I'll look exactly the way I look right now.
Yeah, and that brings it back to the original, conversation you brought up with Lotto and Jada and all the girls. Even, Jania Michelle.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so she just made a post, literally, I watched it this morning, about how she got her butt reduced because it was just too much. She done had 2 kids. And that brings me to my thought process. Overall, to answer your question, I'm not against surgery. However, I do think that people should wait until their grown woman body comes in. And a lot of times, even if you are 25, 26, 27, you don't get that grown woman body till you drop that baby. Yep. So if you plan to have children, do not lay on that table. Now, I mean, you can do what you want, but I think that, especially when it comes to, like, let's say somebody who wants to get lipo, you do realize you can gain that weight back. It's just going to go in a different place. So it's kind of like, to me, it's okay to not have the perfect body in your 20s, because once I want to be 30 something and fine. I want to be 40 something and fine. That's just me. You know what I'm saying? Like, I was cute in my 20s, but looking back, I'm like, I don't think I ever felt like I was fine. I feel like, oh, I was cute, I'm pretty. But now being 30, I'm like, oh, it's giving grown and fine. Yeah. I think that even goes with being age appropriate. Like, be cute for your age group. Like, what I mean? Like, why do you need a huge wagon that you don't naturally have? And no shade. Okay, so listen, my brothers, they don't listen to this podcast. I could talk shit about them. But my brother's girlfriend, right? She is young. She's only like 18, 19. The ass on that girl. I said, where you get that from? Genetics, I'm sure. But it's like, even with that, I can tell that, like, anytime I see her, she's just wearing like regular clothes. She doesn't dress modest. She'll wear shorts and stuff, but she's wearing like shorts and a t-shirt. Listen, you can't hide that ass. There's certain people, like, or even Quita. It's like, she never, when we were younger, she didn't really dress provocatively. If you got it, you got it. You get what I mean? But I think now, the standard of fashion and beauty is to be super provocative, and what shows more, what's the best?
Shows assets.
Yeah, what shows the assets more? And if you don't have assets to show, then they won't feel like they need some.
Yeah, and that's the thing that I kind of don't like. I think the episode that we talked about, just clothing in general, the whole like BBL fashion, baddie fashion, is just like, everything is geared towards the same thing. So it's kind of one of these things, like, I understand it because, like, this is all that you see. You see it everywhere, whether it's on TV, whether it's, celebrities that you may like, wherever you shop for clothes. It's like, oh my God.
Everywhere you go, can't escape it.
It's like one or the other. It's like, it either is kind of like piss poorly made and you only gonna get the ultra sexy clothes, or you're gonna get the shit that don't fit because you got curves. So it's like, pick your poison
Mm-hmm.
at the end of the day. But I think to what you said, it's more about just waiting until everything comes in.
Mm-hmm. And settles.
Once everything comes in and settles, then you can be like, okay, cool, I can go and get this because I know, okay, this, what I got right now, this is all that I'm going to get.
Mm-hmm.
And if you feel like, okay, this is something I want to fix, not necessarily getting it to, like, I'm getting this to make myself feel better,
Mm-hmm.
because that's not really what it's about, because you still won't feel better. You might like it temporarily, but whatever issue or insecurity that you had in yourself is going to come back up.
It will not even come back up. It's still
It's
going
not
to
going to
be
go
there
away.
because you know in your mind that like you have to after you know recover from the surgery, you're going to want that look all the time. And guess what? As women, our bodies are constantly changing. You're never going to have that same body all the time. And that's why you see these girls laying on the table 2 or 3 times because once your BBL settles, some of that goes away. Like it's just
Yeah.
you're fat somewhere else. You're not unless you get like what is it called, silicone injections or something. You're not supposed to do all that, I don't think. But
You're not.
it's like beauty in general is always your looks are never going to be the same. So even if you get surgery, you're going to need to get multiple surgeries to keep up that one specific look that you want. Like even with me, it's like if I was to ever get a BBL, which I'm not because I'm afraid, but I just want hips. I don't even care about having a fat ass. I feel like I have a nice plumped ass, but I do not have hips. I want some hips. I'm never gonna get them genetically. My mama don't got hips like that. Like we just don't got hips, okay? But I will get. After I drop these kids, I'm definitely getting a boob job. I am.
Yeah.
I just want a reduction in the lift. I don't even want like nothing much.
Yeah. I would say like being 6 years removed from having a kid, it's like, okay, this is it.
Mm-hmm.
And now that I'm just like in a place where I'm like happy and like comfortable with the way that I look. Like I go to the gym, although I've been slacking. Okay, slacking. I'm gonna get back to it. Once I can stay home,
Yeah, I was about to say you're not even
if
stable.
I could just be stable, then I'm gonna be back in the gym. Then I'll be back in the gym consistently. But it was like even just consistently committing to working out,
Mhm.
because it was just like, okay, if I feel like surgery is something that I could potentially want to do, okay, well, let me see if I'm committed, because even afterwards, you still got to work out, you got to
Yeah.
maintain those things. Like the results don't keep themselves. So I'm like, okay, let me get in the process, in the mindset of having to consistently work out. One, outside of breaking my leg, I had to regain all the muscle, even that back up. So now when I look at my body in the mirror, I'm like, okay, cool. I'm good with this. I don't
Mhm.
feel the need. I don't need no extra ass. I never had a problem prior to, so I ain't gonna do that shit now.
Mhm.
I don't need it. I don't feel like, oh, this is gonna make me more attractive or more it don't phase me, it don't do nothing for me, because sometimes I be seeing people with these ass, I'm like, ew,
It only look good in
it don't even
pictures.
look good.
Here's my thing. If you still got to Facetune and Photoshop and do all that to your body, then what is the point? Because it's supposed to look good from all angles. If you gonna lay on that table, you need to look good from all angles. And I just feel like even I'm gonna let you get back to your point, but like I used to study surgeries, bodies, all these different things. So I had to think to myself, like, do I really want to look like that? I don't. But I like to see other women who do it. It intrigues me. I feel like all the girls who I love their like BBLs and bodies, now I don't because they laid on that table again and took it overboard. Two main people, Cardi and Young Miami. Young Miami used to have my favorite body in BBL culture. I don't know what she recently did to those hips, but it's giving you have pads. It looks you seen it, didn't you?
Oh, I seen it. It just looks bad.
Yeah.
It looks stuffed. It's too, at a certain point, it's too much. And then it
Hmm.
just be like the waist to butt to leg ratio.
It's
It be so all over. I'm like, you literally have 6 different bodies
hmm
happening right now.
it's
And
giving Barbie. backwards.
And I just don't understand. And I feel like, okay, if you got to constantly figure out, okay, let me redo this, let me redo it over and over and over again, at some point, that's your way of knowing that, okay, this is not going to work. Let's reel it back in. But I feel like at some point, once you put too much in, getting it out is a harder thing. And well, to my first point, now I'll finish this. But when it comes to me wanting to get surgery, now that I'm done, I'm 100% happy with what my body looks like, my like mental space. I know that I'm not doing it just for like the look. It's not a thing about, oh, I want to get it for attention. No, I just want to put my boobs back where they started. I don't need them to be bigger. I don't need any of that. I just like after breastfeeding, like I told you, it's just flat at the top. It's flat at the top, and that's it. And all I want to do is refill the top. And that's it, that's all. But I'm committed to doing, like, I feel like, okay, I'm good with it now. I've worked out. If that wasn't gonna fix it, because some things it's like, okay, it's a muscle thing, and I just need to strengthen the muscle, and then boom, it solves this problem. But I don't think it's just gonna. I need some extra like stuffing in there. And I'm just okay. I know what I'm going to do, and now I'm just in the process of figuring out, okay, which procedure is going to be the right one, because you can get fat transfers into your breast. And it's like, okay, the only thing with that is they overfill them because they have to compensate that about 40% of it, 30 to 40% is not going to take. And then still with, like, I'm going to pay all of this money, which you mean it's not like guaranteed, but like you said, those initial surgery results don't last. So then it's just like, oh, I wanted this look. I had it initially in the beginning. And then once everything healed and settled, now I'm like, oh, it didn't get the results that I wanted. So then I got to go back and do it again to try to achieve what I first had. And you're just never going to get that. So I just want something that's just like, okay, just enough. I don't need you to be able to tell that I have them done. I just want to put them back in the original position where they started.
And I feel like
breastfeeding, and that's it.
And I feel like for me, I had a controversial thought, but it made me think about like, what do I feel like the standard of beauty is for me? I feel like I like being a little bit like slim thick. I don't like being too thin because when I'm too thin, I feel like I lose all my face. Like it's just too small. But I feel like I like when I look more athletic. I feel like that's the natural build for me. So even now, it's like I only would care to lose at most 8 pounds, maybe 10, not really. But when I have that athletic build, I feel like, oh yeah, she a little slim thick. Like I love that for me. But then that made me realize a lot of these girls, they don't like that body type. A lot of these girls, they want to look pretty like a transgender. And I'm not being disrespectful when I say that. The girls like that fake look, that blow up doll look. Like it's really a whole genre of people, women who that's the look they're going for. So for me, sometimes I do feel bad for being overly critical. I'm only overly critical in my group chats. I don't go on the internet and say this stuff. You know what I'm saying? I used to be talking to my homegirls about it. You know what I'm saying? But I do be feeling like, well, that's what they want to look like. So who am I to judge? But at the same time, it's like, why the hell do you want to look like a blow up doll, though? Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah. Because, like I said, I think it's one of those things that it's just a trend. It's like, okay, 10 years from now, are you going to want to look like that? And then how it seems like cosmetic procedures work is like the price starts all the way up here. So you can't really access it like the regular everyday people. Then it becomes more accessible. So the price starts to come down, I think, because so many doctors can now provide it. It's like, oh, there's a new procedure. Let me learn how to do this so I can, do it in my practice. And then it's just like now that once you get past the point where, to the point where now it's accessible to you, it's so far removed.
Yeah.
Because I feel like even when you look at certain celebrities, you could tell the ones that are getting their enhancements taken out.
Okay, like who? What would you say?
The cards, you can tell who's getting theirs taken out. Kim is so small. It's like,
Her and Lala. It looks a little weird though.
Lala's physically skinny, but I don't think she got her ass taken out because now she's just too skinny.
With that big old ass.
She got the ant body and it looks crazy.
Like she looks like a Kardashian.
And it looks crazy.
I love Lala.
Yes, I love her, but I think even for what she's trying to do as far as like acting and things like
Mhm.
that, it's like I feel like sometimes the body type and shape, it pigeonholes you. You're only gonna do certain roles. This is
Mhm.
it. You're
Mhm.
not getting anything else outside of that because it's just like you just look
Mhm.
no.
Yeah.
It just looks crazy. It's like, no, we're not going for that.
Mhm.
But I think definitely them, you could tell and see that, oh, not working. Even certain people's face,
Mhm.
you could tell when somebody has filler, and then when they start getting the fillers taken out.
Mhm.
And I've seen a lot of people, not even just like celebrities, just I guess like influencers and things like that. Like people will talk about, oh, I saw this girl. She was like, she got pretty much her whole top lip
Mhm.
Botox, and then she was just like, I can't drink out of straws now because
Yeah.
the muscles are basically paralyzed. So she was like, I literally just drink like this because she was like, her top lip, she can't connect it for the straw. And I was just like, that's how you know you can't do basic things like drink out of a fucking straw.
Like,
But I guess like sometimes it's like it's not even a beauty is pain thing. It's just like you just that like you can't even do regular shit.
mhm.
If I can't drink drinks out of a straw because my lips
Like, imagine.
just don't do it. I really feel like people do not care as much as people think that they fucking care. They don't
And
care.
by people, I will add in men. Men care, but
But they don't fucking care.
they don't.
They don't fucking
They
care.
still gonna lay down with you and tussle in them sheets, okay?
Every time. Like
Every time.
it doesn't matter. And that's something that I had to kind of like really that was a concept I really had to grasp and just be like, you care about shit that doesn't really fucking matter. Nobody else is thinking about it.
Mhm.
So get to the point where you're comfortable with it
But I think
and keep it
even
fucking going. I never had a problem even at my skinniest.
yeah, no.
So keep
That's what
doing
I'm
that
saying.
shit.
There's always gonna be somebody who's gonna want you. Like,
Yeah.
for the women out there, like, don't do things based off of like trying to find a man or a husband or this or that because I mean, granted, all men like different things too, so there's that. But I think I really want women, and this is might be controversial because we all do it, but I really want us to stop leading with our looks because those looks go away. My thing is, let the looks get you in the door, but once you sit at that table, open that mouth and share your brain. Let's hope you have one, but you know what I'm saying? Like, let the looks get you in the door, but once you get in that door, expand. Don't just use your looks solely. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Because looks are never going to be consistent. It's just not. And it's impossible to keep up with the woman you were last year versus who you're going to be 2 years from now. You're never going to look the same. You change your hair, you look different. Why you think a couple years go by, your body's going to look the same? It's just not realistic. I
Yeah.
think, and it's very toxic, honestly.
It is. It it really is. I just wish people could get to a point, or just even in general, like, can we just stop?
That's been your favorite thing to say. Can we just stop?
Can we just stop? Like, we really have other shit that we really have to worry about. Can we just stop? Can we stop comparing ourselves to each other? I hate when like the shade room does like, oh, who wore it best? It's just like y'all only compare women.
Mm-hmm.
They don't never be like, oh, these two men who have on the exact same outfit that the mannequin in the mall also has on, who wore it best? Like, you're not doing that. You're
Yeah.
only doing it when it comes to women. And I think it continues to perpetuate all of these false standards of what you should look like.
Okay, I have another controversial thought. I'm not saying we're the best looking women on the planet. However, neither one of us have ever had issues in our lives with feeling, of course, confidence has gotten better as we've gotten older because, you age finer with time. But we have never, I'll speak for myself, I've never felt ugly. Okay. Even when I was going through my ugly phase, I was still that girl. So, like, do you think that, like, it's different? Not think. I know it's different for women who feel like they're going through an ugly duckling phase that they have never grown out of. So it's like, it's easy for us to say this because we are confident in who we are, whether that's how we look, how we whatever. We're confident women. So I feel like sometimes I do feel bad for having these thoughts because I do understand that not all women have that mental stability or confidence to stand in who they are and just be like, yeah, I'm that girl. Even if you don't think I'm cute, like there's plenty of other people who think I'm cute, you know?
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I agree. It like I know that it can be, challenging. It can be hard, but I think it's just a matter of one, you have to like be in a place to be able to understand that everybody is supposed to look different and it's okay.
That's a good one.
So if you're not there, it's the same thing as like you can lay on the table if you want, but that's not going away.
Mm-hmm.
That's not going away because you haven't grasped that, you
mental.
haven't mastered that, you haven't gotten over that hurdle and really accepted who you are.
Mm-hmm.
And I feel like a lot of people get influenced and kind of pushed towards certain things because they don't know who they are.
Yeah.
And it's just, it sucks. But it's like laying out on the table is not going to fix that.
Yeah.
It's not going to do anything. It's really not going to change it. It's not going to fix it. You really got to work on yourself and then make decisions. Like obviously I'm going to get my boobs done, but I'm glad that I waited the amount of time that I did because I wasn't in a place originally to really be like, okay, I'm 100% happy with my body. Well, I guess to some people, like, well, you can't be 100% happy if you're going to go fix something.
Mm-hmm.
It's just like, okay.
But
Cool.
it doesn't make or break
But
me.
it doesn't make or break me. Like, if I don't get it done, I'm not going to be like devastated. Like, oh my God, I'm so ugly. Like, oh, I can't wear a bathing suit or I can't wear this. I can.
Mm-hmm.
I just have to take them up to put them where I want them.
Mm-hmm.
It's fine.
A little extra work, but it's
It's a little
manageable.
extra work. I prefer to not have to do. There's ways to get around it.
Yeah.
I don't think I'll be like, oh, I feel like different or I carry myself different because I got this surgery done. Like, that's not gonna be me because I'm cool with what I got.
Yeah. Well, to put a button on this conversation, let's just say, these are our thoughts and our feelings. And at the end of the day, do what you want in life. As long if you can sit with the decisions in life that you're making, sit with them, grow with them, be one with them. But if you want to lay on the table, please be safe. Please go to board certified actual surgeons. Please do your due diligence. Go join them Facebook groups. There's some good information in there. Trust me.
The Facebook groups, Instagram, like
join a community of women who are about that life and who have gone through it. Listen to the stories, all these different things. Like, just be safe and smart about it.
Yeah, listen to when they tell you about them doctors. And everybody stop going to Miami. It's something about it. I don't know what's going on. But there we go. It's just like there are such good plastic surgeons in places other than Miami.
Even in your own state. Like, I would prefer to go to a more low-key doctor who I've done research on.
Yes.
And the results speak for themselves than to go to whoever just because this person, that person went to them. Because at the end of the day, no matter if you take a picture to somebody and say, hey, doc, I want to look like this person, you're not going to look like that person. Even that's with anything in life. I could literally wear the same perfume and fragrance as Tarré. We are not going to smell the same. Everyone is different for a reason.
That's it. That's all I got. I wish you lived near me so you could go with me to my appointments, but
when is it?
I don't know. I haven't scheduled that. I'm tabling it to next year.
Like, when is it?
But I really need to do like some more research. I did find a doctor it's actually in Tyson's Corner.
Mm-hmm.
Really good work. Like, looks exactly like what I would like. Like, everybody from what I've seen looks completely natural. I hope I saved that girl's video because she was on TikTok like explaining the whole procedure. I'm like, oh, he's in Virginia. Okay. And she looked she looked so good and just like natural. Like if she didn't say or the video wasn't about her surgery experience, I wouldn't have known.
Yeah. And that's what I love.
And that's what I'm trying to get to. So, yeah. But yeah, love yourselves. Don't look like an ant, please. And then we see y'all in 27.
Yeah.
Bye.
Oh, no, I learned how to do this.
Oh, sometimes I can't get it. There we go.
There you go.
Yeah.
With love.
Yeah.
Wait, I only learned how to do it with one finger.